Once joined, please do not left. Just waiting for 2 minutes and we'll start. Please let me know screen is visible to you, everyone. You have chat box to chat. Okay. In lecture number 1 and lecture number 2, what we discussed, please once connected, do not left the lecture, do not left live session. Am I audible clearly?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What we learn in the lecture number 1 and lecture number 2, we discuss about the basics of GST, right? The journey of GST, we can say. Basically, we have started from the what is exactly meaning of the tax, why the type of taxes are divided, like a direct tax and indirect tax. We also learn about the meaning of the direct and indirect taxes. Okay. Then after we have started our basic terms discussion such as a GST number, HSN code, SAC code. Okay, what is the HSN code? Why it is used by the government? It is a product identity. If there is a service accounting code, that is SAC code. It is a service identity. Okay, so we have discussed in last session. From today onwards, we are going to touch our practical concept of GST. We'll start from the full form of the GST. Do you know about the full form of GST? If yes, please let me know in the chat box. What is the full form of GST? Okay. So full form is goods and services tax, not only service. Okay. Service means a particular service that will be covered. But when we talk about the goods and services, you have to use yes, right? because it's cover all the services and all the goods. Okay, so we can understand by the name the tax which is levied on the supply of goods and services. Vedasti, please mute and close turn off your video. Okay, so I'm taking you into the lecture number 3 now. See, in today's session
Sorry
we
for the
will be able to.
interruption. Hello.
Okay. Hmm?
I
Yes.
think we didn't only lecture number one only. We didn't take lecture number two,
No, no, that was the lecture number 1 and 2 in last session what we discussed.
but we
Okay, so that was the tool. Okay, we'll start from the lecture number 1. No issue. We'll quickly revise this. See, guys, what we seen in the lecture number 1, that was the about taxation, right? What is the meaning of tax? This is a something contribution by the public to the government, right? We are paying something amount to the government to help government to run the economy, right? This is the basic meaning. Why government collect the taxes from the public? Because government need to spend on the public by these ways, right? Like building infrastructure and all these things, right? You can see in this image, and also we have given in the notes also, right? Then after, what we learn about the direct and indirect tax. Simple in you have to remember one line. If you directly pay taxes to the government, it will be called as the direct tax. Okay, when you pay taxes to government but through the someone else, it is called as the indirect tax. Okay, so before GST, there were multiple taxes. You don't need to learn about that. You just remember only GSTs exist now, and some taxes are still exist. We'll see in the later. Now, then after we learn about the government structure, right? Government structure means our Indian government structure is a federal structure. Why? There is a multiple responsibilities and multiple powers, such as every state government having their every state is having their own government, state government, and one is a central government. So more than two powers or two authorities in India. That is why it's called as the federal structure. If there is a one authority, only central government exists, this will be called as the national structure. Got it? You just have to remember this concept. You don't have to deeply learn this. Now, see one thing in India, as you are saying, the Delhi matter and most of things, government needs power from the constitution to do anything, right? Whether it may be making a law or apply or doing any action on the public, government need power from the constitution of India, right? Constitution is a supreme law of India. Then after all the laws come. Okay, so for introduction of GST, we don't have a power. Government don't having a power related to the introducing the GST, because there were limitation, right? In the constitution, already powers were given to the government, but there were some limitations. Due to such limitation, GST not able to introduce, because there were something restriction. We'll discuss in upcoming sessions. There are three lists, like a list 1, list 2, list 3, given in the constitution, and the powers are already defined. Who means the central government power and state government power already decided in the constitution, but some additional power need for the GST. So that is why new article introduced, and article number 246A. You just have to remember only article 246A, which was introduced in the constitution to introduce the GST law. Okay, it gives power to the government, and government made law for us. Okay, so this was the lecture number 1 summary. Is there any doubt in this lecture number 1? There was a basic. Please confirm, everyone. Do you have any confusion in this?
no sir, no, it's clear.
Everyone? Okay, you can chat. If you are unable to unmute, you can chat here quickly. We don't have to waste time. Quickly confirm so we can start the lecture number 2, because this was the basic concept. You don't have to waste the time on this. Okay, please confirm in the chat box. Is there any issue in the lecture number 1? Shall we proceed for the lecture number 2 now? It is already recorded. If you want to watch patiently, you can watch it. It is already recorded, the same lecture. Nothing changed. Why you late, Nani, Sri? Please join on time so we can conduct the lecture on regular basis. If you are joining too late, how it will possible? Okay. Now the lecture number 2 we have already discussed in the last session, but still we are going to discuss again in. See, we have seen the GST number. Every registered person will receive the GST number. Got it? Every registered person in the GST will receive GST number, which is having a 15-digit code. Okay, what is this? It is an identity of that individual or in that firm. Okay, of that firm, it is the identity, 15-digit code. Can you explain, Kirti, what is the structure of the code?
The first two digit is containing identifying the state code,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and immediate the 10 digit it should be a PAN number.
Mm-hmm.
Mid of the 10 digits, and the last two digits it should be random, and 11th digit should be it's basically the number of the GST number. It should be the form should be have single GST number. It's mentioned one, and they have more than one GST number. It contains number two like that.
Yes. So I'm going to preview the number structure again. Say this. We have 15 digit of the GST number. This is having first two digits state about the state code, means the GST number, the person who is registered under GST, location of the registered person fall in which state, because every state is having state code. So that is why 27 belong to the Maharashtra. Okay, so the after saying this code you will be understand, yes, this number is from Maharashtra registered person. Then after 10 digit, that will be the PAN card number of the individual, or if there is a company, company's PAN card number. After that, this is 13th digit is about to number of registration taken on the basis of this PAN number. Okay, on the basis of this PAN number, how many registration are taken? Okay, and then after this is the check digit. Got it, everyone? Let's move on to the HSN code and SAC code. What is the HSN code? Harmonized System of Naming Culture. Means what? It is the identity of the goods. Like, what is your name? You have a name, right? So that is why every product is having a name in the eyes of GST. Okay, GST cannot call as a description. Like you called as a mobile, right? Apple mobile. But GST department will call as a number of that product, which is called as the HSN code for the product. And if there is any kind of the service, like we are giving teaching service to you, so this will be having a separate identity in the eyes of government or in the eyes of law. Okay, this will be called as the SAC code, service accounting code. And goods, for goods, what is that? HSN code. Okay, that will be having a generally 6 to 8 digit, but depend upon your business turnover, that will be used in the invoices. We will learn in invoice chapter how many digits you have to use, depend upon your business turnover. Okay, so there are normally 8 digit of HSN code, but you have to use 4 digit only. But we'll see, if your turnover is high, you have to mention the 6 or 8 digit also. Okay, then after we discuss about the GST rates, there were multiple GST rates in previous scheme, but now GST department has concluded and reduced some GST rates. Now currently you will see these common rates: 5%, 18%, and 40%. Okay, 5% is for the basic needs and essential items, like a hospital. Hospital, I'm not talking about hospital, it is a medical. Okay, then after you will see 18% is a common rate for the standard categories product, means the medium range of the product, like a bike, you want to purchase mobile, laptop, these are come under the 18%. And the 40% is the high rate. Okay, this will be used for the alcohol and all this. No, actually, alcohol and all these are out of GST. It is for the seen goods. Seen goods means like pan masala, beverages and luxuries items. Okay, there are more list. I'll provide you a separately PDF of that, which product is applying 40% of GST rate. Okay, now about the GST portal. Okay, whatever the returns we are going to learn in the upcoming session, like a GSTR1 3B, GSTR9 9C, GSTR2B, right? All these returns are will be filed on the GST portal, which is a common portal of government, which is having a gst.gov.in website, right? You don't have to visit to the GST department to submit any kind of the returns. Simple, upload the returns, upload your sales, upload your purchase, claim your purchase, pay your amount to the government, claim your all the documents, notices, right? Everything will be done through the GST portal, that is having a separate chapter. Now, the taxable person and registered person. Okay, uh, is there anyone who attend last session that we discussed about this? Sindhu, you were there. Can you tell me registered person and taxable person in the last session we have discussed? If you don't have idea, you can say no. Who is the registered person? Biological. You anyone can answer. Who is the registered person by logic? I don't expect that you have a knowledge. Registered person in GST. It is very simple. The person who has taken the
The
GST.
person who did GST registration.
Yes. Who has taken the
uh,
GST registration will be called as the
the
registered person under
GST
GST.
person.
And who will be the taxable person then?
The person who paid the tax to government, that's called.
No, it is not about directly paid. It is
Yeah.
about to who is eligible or who is liable to make a payment to the government. It doesn't matter whether he tax paid or not. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yes. So taxable person means a person who is already paying taxes to the government or who is liable to pay the tax, whether it may whether they have paid or not. It doesn't matter. Okay. So taxable person means eligible person for the paying taxes. So can I say every registered person is a taxable person?
No.
Confirm again. Every registered person is a taxable person or not?
Yeah, maybe. Yes, 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 yes.
Anyone there? Every registered person can be the taxable person? Yes. Why? See, what
because
I
they are
told you,
paying
what is
bec-
yes, yes.
because they are paying tax.
Yes, yes. Because they are already paying the taxes. What I said, who is the taxable person? The taxable person means a person who is already paying the taxes or he is liable to pay taxes. Suppose that Mapari education is going to fall under the criteria which is issued by the government. Government said that every service industry is having 20 lakh turnover, they need to pay the GST. They need to take the GST registration. Suppose that today is the 23rd July and we are fall in the 20 lakhs turnover. So, but I didn't take any GST registration. Am I taxable person right now? I have crossed my turnover today, 20 lakh rupees. Am I taxable person? I'm not paying GST right now. Yes or no? Suppose today my turnover is exceeding, means I'm liable now today. I have to pay the taxes on it, whether whatever the transaction I'm doing from the right now onward. I have to charge the GST from the student and need to pay to the government because why? Because I'm going 20 lakh and above turnover today. So my simple question is that am I taxable person? As you are GST consultant, you are consulting to me, right? What you will be suggest if my 20 lakh rupees turnover is going?
Sir, you are eligible to take GST registrations.
Yes, but my question is, am I taxable person?
Yes, sir.
I become taxable person now. Okay, because I'm liable now, I have to pay the taxes. This liability created on me. Okay, it is by default liability created on me. Got it, everyone? So this was the concept of taxable person and registered person. When I'll become registered person? Suppose I become a taxable person now, but when I'll be the registered person? Everyone must reply on this question. If I am taxable person right now, but when I'll become the registered person? I think this is very basic question.
When you get registration, sir, that
Yes.
time.
Yes, when I get GST number, then I'll become the registered person. If it is in process, like I have applied for the GST registration and GST registration will done after the 15 days. So when I'll become a registered? When my GST certificate receives, right? When the GST number is generated, that day was me. My status will be changed as a registered person. Okay. So this was the lecture number 2. Anyone is having issue? Sindhu, Kirti,
Sir, no.
No, sir.
everything is clear?
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
sir.
Okay. Now, let's see the lecture number 3. What we are going to discuss in this, actually, we will start as we learn GST's full form is what? Goods and Services Tax. Always use yes. Otherwise, this will be. Understand one thing in law, every word contains its weightage, right? So you can't interchange the word. So you have to use as it is. If you use good, that will be the spelling mistake, because good means something and the goods means something different, right? So that is why you have to use the complete spelling. So goods and services tax, you have to note down the full form. Even you know, still you have to write down this. Okay. Now the very basic question is that if I'm talking about the GST, right, and you already working in the GST, maybe if you are an accountant or working professional anywhere, so you will have an idea about the GST, like we charge from the customer and we pay to the government or we file the GST returns and all these things, right? But the actual GST is very deep concept. It is a bigger taxation law. It is not like only filing the returns. Only GS filing the returns are the, like we can say, 5% of the GST, right? Collecting the GST and submitting to government, that is the 5% process of the GST, we can say. But the 95% process is a different. Okay, GST is completely based on its law. So first of all, you need to understand and fit in your mind, GST is what? It is a law. What is this? GST is a law, right? GST is an act. It is not any kind of the process. It is an act or it is an law, you can say. And we have to follow the law. We have to follow the law, right? Which is the GST Act. Okay. Now, when GST will applicable? Simple process. GST will be applied when supply happen. Supply means what? Supply means sale, barter, exchange, all these activity we'll discuss. But when supply is done, GST will be applicable on that transaction, particular transaction. Okay. Suppose, for example, I'm going to sell mobile phone because I have a mobile Shopee. So when GST will be applicable? When I'm going to supply that mobile to the customer. Okay, so supply is the event where the GST is applicable. No matter how many goods you have in your shop, no GST will be applicable. But at the time of the sale, at the time of the supply of that goods, the event create for the GST means charging the GST, and that is the supply. Got it? You got a clear idea when GST will be applicable on any transaction? Event is supply. You must see the supply first. Okay. When the supplies happen, GST will be applicable. So if there is no supply, no GST. Got it? But supply of goods or services or both. I'm supplying something which is not a goods or not a services. Will GST applicable? No. Why? Because GST is a law which is made for the goods and service only. When it's going to supply, when the goods it's going to supply or service is going to supply or both is going to supply, then GST will come into the picture. Otherwise, no picture of GST. Got it? Let's understand what is the exact meaning of goods. Okay. What is the exact meaning of goods? Goods means every kind of the movable property that can be moved from one place to another place. Okay, what is the goods? Goods means every kind of the movable property which can be touched, which can be seen, which can be moved from one place to another place, and which is generally used for the trade. Okay, we generally purchase and sell. As you have a laptop Shopee, I'm putting you question, practical question. Suppose I have a laptop shop and I'm selling furniture. What will be goods for me? I have a laptop shop and I'm selling furniture. What will be the goods for me? Laptop or furniture? When I have to consider as a goods supply, please tell me. At the
Furniture.
time, furniture.
Yeah, because your furniture only selling to the customers, right?
No. Again, listen again. I have a laptop Shopee. My business is about to selling laptop. Purchase or sell a laptop. I'm trading business of in the laptop, but I'm selling furniture. My personal furniture I'm sharing, selling. So what will be the goods for me?
Both are
Laptop.
goods, sir.
Both are goods. And what will be the asset then? If both are good, suppose that, for example, you have a showroom, right? Car showroom, and you are going to sell showroom materials, not a vehicle, right? You are going to sell, suppose, uh, laptop. You are going to sell the laptop of the showroom. So is this goods? This is not goods, it is your asset. Guys, understand, asset and goods are both are different thing. Assets is a different. Asset is what we are using daily basis to generate the profit, right? Or we use for the smooth operation of the your business, right? That things is called as the asset. And goods means what we trade generally in that. Okay, do you have a clear idea about the asset and goods? So when you have laptop, when you have laptop to sell, because your business is about to selling laptop, so laptop will be your goods, not a furniture. Furniture is something that you going to use in your business, not going to sell. Goods means what? The things which is purchased for the sale, that will be called as the goods. Got it? We have purchased with the intention to sell that product in future. This will be called as the goods. Having clear idea about the goods and service now? Sorry, goods and asset. So when we are going to supply the goods, then GST will be applicable. When we are going to supply the services, then GST will be applicable. Is there any confusion in this? Please confirm. You can confirm in the chat box also if you are unable to unmute. Goods is a different and services is different thing. Okay. Now, what is the meaning of services? Because ultimately, why we are learning the goods or services separately? Because GST is depend upon the goods and services supply. But you must have a clear idea what is the exactly meaning of the goods. In future, if someone asks that I'm going to supply this thing, shall I charge GST or not? What you will comment? You must know that thing is goods or not. If that is a goods, then see is this supply done or not. Okay, you have to check the conditions to apply the GST. So first condition that must be either goods or services. Okay, so we learn about the goods. Now let's understand about the services now. What is the meaning of services? I think all of you are from the commerce background. So you must know about the services. I'm teaching you right now. Is this goods or services? Please tell me. I'm teaching something to you, content. Is this
It's
goods or
Service.
service?
services.
Service. So what do you, how you can explain is this service? Make your own
Which
No,
definition.
which cannot be touch the products.
Okay, means you can't teach, you can touch to the teaching, right? You can only hear or understand. Okay, any activity performed for the client action is called as the service. I'm performing something activity for you, right? For something exchange, this will be called as the service. Got it, everyone? Okay. Service means intangible task done for someone. Intangible means what? Which cannot be touched. Tangible means which can be touched, and intangible means that cannot be touched. Okay, such as example, repairing mobile. If you if you're having a repairing shop and you are repairing something mobile and giving to the customer back, so what you have already done, just doing some activity for the client, for that person, right? So this is something activity performed by you for the client for something amount or exchange. Okay, so this will be called as the service. Why we are learning? Because we have to apply the GST whenever we are doing this thing. First supplying of the goods, then supply of the services, or concurrently. Okay, so what is the exact meaning of supply? Okay, let's understand. Whenever we supply, whenever we supply goods or services, we have to charge the GST. But the word supply is very bigger word. It's not a small word, right? Supply means the activities, right? Supply means these activities must be done with the consideration, and that should be done in the business. Three conditions you must have to remember. First, any activity. Sale means what? You heard about the sale? What is the sales? Can you tell me?
Buying some products to
Okay, anyone? Sindhu, can you tell me sales?
Exchanging product and services, sir.
No, no, exchanging is different thing. I'm talking about the sales. Sales. What is sales for the business?
Selling of products for consideration.
I'm talking about sale. What is the sale for the business? Is this expenses or revenue?
Revenue.
Okay. So it is a revenue for the business, right? But government says that whenever you are going to charge from the customer, you are collecting amount from government, sorry, from the customer. It's saying to the businessman. But which businessman who is registered under GST? Okay. So government is saying like you have to charge GST on it, whatever you are supplying, whether it may be a goods or services, because you are earning, we want something contribution from the public along with your sales amount. Suppose I'm going to sell mobile in market, mobile price is 10,000 rupees. So government is asking please charge 18% extra from the customer. Why? We already learn about why government collect the taxes. Okay, so as a businessman, what is my responsibility? I will collect some amount from the customer extra, and I will pay to the government. Okay, and there are some various returns like a GST R1. I will declare first how much amount I have collected during the month. That will be filed in the GST R1. After the GST R1 filing, I will provide the computation or the proper computation in the GSTR 2B, okay, or GSTR 3B, and then I will make a payment to the government. Got it? So these are the forms where we submit our sales to the government, and will confirmation send in the GSTR 3B. Okay, so but when GST will be applicable, please everyone comment supply. You must remember one word in GST, that is supply. No supply, no GST. Got it? If supply not happen in any business, no GST will be applicable. Suppose I have purchased 1 crore rupees stock in my business. Will GST applicable? I have to pay GST to the government? No. When I have to pay the GST? When I'm going to supply. Supply is the word where the GST charge create. Got it? If there is no supply, no GST. So everyone must note. But what is the exact meaning of supplies? It means sale? No. It is sales. If you are going to transfer something asset to another person, this is also called as the supply under GST. Because what is the intention of government? Government want to say GST is a very big law, right? And we don't want to skip anyone from the applying the GST. Means like suppose upper education is there, and government said, suppose government only say about the sale is a supply. So what I can say, understand one thing, how I can bypass the GST law. I will say to the government, I'm not going to charge the GST from the customer. Why? Because government GST law says when supply happen I have to charge the GST, right? But I'm not going to supply. I'm not supplying. I'm just transferring something. So like I'm transferring my laptop to my students, all the students. I'm not selling. So that is why government says that if you are going to sell, that will be also called as the supply. Okay, you want to say that you are only transferring. We also called as the supply for that. Got it? Government included in the supply definition. Why included? Because they don't want to skip you from the GST. They want to add you. Your transaction must be covered in the GST. Got it? Government intention? Please confirm. You understand the government intention? Why supply definition is created broader? Instead of only sale, government is also covering supply. Then after transfer, exchange. Do you know about the transfer, barter, and exchange? What is the difference between the barter and exchange? Barter system. Do you have idea about the barter system? Quickly, very fast.
Exchange of goods.
No, no. What is the meaning of exchange? Means activity or something, anything else. Exchanging of goods, that is the example. We can exchange a service, exchange goods, anything. But what is the exchange? And what is exactly meaning of barter? Do you heard about the barter system?
Yes, sir.
Please tell me about the barter. How you can explain?
In olden days, when we there is no money, a channel, money is a channel for purchasing goods or selling goods. So instead of pay money, we will give our products. So they will we can buy from them. Or if we want to purchase from one person, we can give our goods to them. So instead of money, we there is a barter system in olden days.
Yes. Before introducing the concept of money, we were exchanging what? Commodity against commodity, right? We exchange against commodity. Like, suppose take an example, exchange and barter, right? So against, like suppose I am giving you mobile. Okay, suppose there is no money exist. I am giving you mobile. You will also give me back as a mobile, different mobile we can say. So, right, mobile to mobile, this will be called as the barter. But when I am giving mobile to you and you are giving me something money or laptop or any other assets, this will be called as the exchange. Got it? Exchange can be done with the different kind of the product, different kind of the services, or whatever you can exchange. But barter is what is, it was a specific, like I'm giving something commodity and that was the against specific commodity will receive. Got it? Like suppose I am giving you two mobiles and you have to give me the laptop, that is the fix. But exchange is not a fix. Exchange can be done through the, I can provide you service, you can give me goods against that. So this will be called as the exchange. You can give me goods with the money, that will be happen in the exchange. Okay, so what government is saying, it doesn't matter you are selling the goods, transferring the goods, barter you are doing, right, to skipping the GST, we don't allow you to skip. Okay, we will cover in the definition of supply. Okay, now let's understand one more interesting thing. Suppose I have purchased the machinery of 1 crore rupees in my business. Shall I scrap it? I'm a owner of the machinery. Shall I scrap? Shall I
Yes,
sell in the scrap?
yes, of course, you can.
Okay, anyone? Can you tell me, if you purchased any machineries or any asset, can you scrap? Can you dispose of? Please tell me. Kirti, Sindhu, do you have idea? Suppose you have purchased motorcycle. Can you scrap it? Can you dispose of anytime? A scooter?
Yes.
Yes. But
Yeah, you can,
government,
sir.
yes. But government says, GST department says, if you have taken the ITC on it, it is not 100% ownership of you. Why? At the time of the purchasing the asset, you have claimed something amount, which was the advance towards the government, and you have claimed that. So at the time of the scrap, we will consider as what done? Supply. Got it? So you can't scrap the asset of the business. Got it? You must consider it as a supply. You have to pay GST to the government, whether you are going to scrapping your asset, you are going to dispose of, right? You want to destroy your asset, you can destroy, but government need GST on it. Got it? Why? Because it's covered under the supply. You can't skip that. It is not a supply. You are leasing your property, you are giving license something, like you have built a one software, accounting software, and you are giving to all the businessmen, and you are taking some license fees. So government says, if you are giving license to them, it is also called as the supply. We will charge GST, because you are also receiving money na. It is not a free. You are not giving free to the businessman, you are collecting something, so we will also charge the GST on it. So this will be also called as the supply. Because why government is covering these things? Because government want to fall you in the taxation GST. If you out from the supply, complete law will not applicable on you. So that is why government want to fall you in the supply. So that is why all the small points is also cover, to make you eligible for the GST. If you are giving on the rent, any building giving on the rent, you must have to collect the GST along with your rent, and need to pay to the government, licensing, and all these activities. But you understood about this? Can you please tell me what is the exact intention of the government? As I said, who can explain me better, why government introduce all these things for just a single word, supply? This will be good for you if you are going to explain why government want everything in the supply definition. What will happen if only I say that sale is equal to supply and nothing others?
There would not be any double taxation. There is a loophole in VAT. So in the similar way, in not in similar way in GST there will be no problem. So we have a good dealing in taxation.
Okay, the exact reason is why we have introduced so many activities in the definition of supply, because government don't want to skip you from the taxation. Got it? Government don't want to skip you from the taxation. Government want to add you in the taxation in anyhow. So government is saying, you are going to sell in the market, still it will be called as the supply. If you are going to dispose of the asset, still it is a supply. If you are going to whatever activities you want to do with your goods or asset, that will be considered as a supply. Why? Government want to don't skip the GST on it. Government want GST. Whether you are going to transfer to your friend, no issue, take a GST from your friend. If you are issuing this suppose I have purchased 1 lakh rupees asset, and I am giving freely use to my friend. Government says, I don't care about that. You have purchased the 1 lakh rupees asset, right? You have claimed the ITC on it. Now you are giving freely or by paying, it doesn't matter. It is transfer. This will be called as the supply. You have to collect the GST from friend. If friend is not paying to you, you have to pay from out of your pocket GST amount. We don't care about 1 lakh rupees. You can charge 0 rupees for the asset. But what about GST? We don't. We are not going to escape our revenue. So government want to fall you in the GST. That is why the supply contains all these things. But take care of these two conditions also, that whatever the goods we are discussing about, that GST will be applicable on the supply, that must be from business. Okay, it should not be your personal goods. It is logical, right? We can't discuss about personal goods here, because we are learning GST, and GST is for personal or business.
Business.
Yes, so that is why whatever we are selling personal. Suppose I'm taking one example. I'm selling my personal laptop. Will GST applicable on it?
No.
If I'm selling business laptop, then the question is arise whether the GST will applicable or not. Okay, so I will check first. Any activity must be done. Okay, whether it may be sale, transfer, barter, exchange, any activity, but that must contain something consideration, and that should be the business asset or goods. Okay, consideration means what? Something in return. That must be having a something value more than 1 rupees. Okay, so this will be called as the supply. So supplies are three conditions. You can repeat in the chat box or you can unmute. First condition is there must be any activity that we discuss. Second, that must have two conditions satisfied. First is there must be something consideration, and second one, that should be the business asset or business goods. Then will question arise, GST will applicable. Got it? Now, is there any confusion in this? Now, here is a question on the front of you. Is this first example say, is this supply or not? I'm selling personal table. Is this supply? Personal table I'm selling in the market. Will this qualify as a supply? No. Second one, free coaching. We are providing free coaching. Will this qualify as a supply? Fast answer. I'm supplying. We are giving. We have a business of coaching, and we are providing the free services. Will this qualify as a supply?
No.
Okay. And third thing is, now see this. Is this supply or not? I'm not going to explain anything about this transaction. You have to check it out.
Yes, it's a supply.
Is this supply or not?
Yes, supply.
Okay. What conditions are satisfied? What
Uh,
conditions are
Mapa,
satisfied?
Mapari laptop shop, it's a business. And it's also,
Okay.
you have sold it for a consideration. And there is activity happen. You are selling a product, a laptop, good. So these three conditions satisfied. So it's a supply. It's
Yes.
chargeable under GST.
Okay. And this, yes. And this is a supply because all the conditions are satisfied. Is this supply or not? A car showroom is selling car to his employee. Suppose it is not a gift, it is a sale. Is this supply or not?
Yes, supply.
Yes, because everything is there. There is a business and giving something means selling something, collecting amount. It is having consideration. Car is about to the business car, so business product, business goods. So that will fall in the supply. Okay. Is there any question today in today's session? What we learn about? We learn about supply only. Okay, and the GST is full form in this session. We already discussed about the GST rates and all these things. When we will start the practical computation, yeah, this will help you. Okay, all the things that we revise first, but you need to understand whether it may be a supply or not. Why we need to understand it is a supply or not? Who will answer? Shivani, please let me know why we need to understand, is this supply or not? Any transaction, why we learn is it supply or not? Need to check. Shivani. Okay, Sindhu, you can tell me, for any transaction, why we need to understand is this supply or not? What will happen if I notice that it is supply? What is depend upon the supply or not? Kirti Varman, can you tell me?
Either it is service based or service or not like that. Based on
No,
that
no.
only we fix the tax rate.
Suppose that I'm doing one transaction. I have to check is this supply or not. So why I'm going to check that is it supply or not? What is the intention? What is the depend upon the supply? We already learned GST is applicable on the supply only. So that is why we need to understand the supply or not any transaction, because if it is fall under the supply, GST will be applicable. Got it? Because of the GST
Okay, sir.
condition, we are checking the supply. Got it? And what are the conditions for the supply? Gita, can you tell me what are three conditions to qualify as a supply?
There should be a supply, and there should activity, activity like goods and services, which fall under the definition of supply, sale, barter,
Hmm. And what are
license,
two conditions?
and other two conditions are, it should be, there should be a consideration, and this activity should be happen in the course of business.
Yes, means a business activity must be there or business goods must be there. Okay. Suppose I'm disposing of my mobile phone, personal mobile phone. Will this qualify as a supply?
No.
Okay. And I'm disposing of my business phone, then
Yes, it qualifies under supply.
it is treated as a supply and we have to pay to the GST on the to the government for that disposal of. Why this happened, right? Because whenever you purchase, you claim ITC, input tax credit. So government always keep focus on that ITC. So government want everything on your go down. Government don't want to stock out without paying the taxes. Got it? So whatever you purchased, government having a clear idea about your purchases. So you can't sell, you can't throw, you can't dispose of, you can't transfer, you cannot do any action with that without taking the GST from the front person. Got it? Concept of the government. That is why government is collecting first your purchase data. Government having a purchase data of any businessman. So that is why sale data must be submitted. You can't skip. You have to give the HSN wise summary also, right? As we learn about HSN or SAC code, it is the identity of the product. So you have to go and HSN wise summary also to the government, because government want to track everything, every activity is going on your business. Got it? So we'll see in the next session balance part. Okay, this is for today. And please try to join on time, so this will skip our right, so avoid our time delay. So this is for today, we'll see in the next session. If you have any question, you can ask in the WhatsApp. Okay, you can disconnect. Do you have any question, Kirti Varman?